Hi guys, welcome back to the second part of our fish room tour / update. We are ready to go. The missus has got me a bottle of wine. It's a miniature bottle because it's a Tuesday, so it might not be as fun as before. Are you ready to go, Rogue? Let's do this. From far away it looks like a big bottle, but then you grab it and it's just a tiny. Anyway, so we've cleared out this tank and we are getting ready for our new fish. We are going to get some jelly bean tetras. Quite excited about that. We've never had jelly bean tetras before, so we're going to put them in here. We're going to do a little bit of a species spotlight and see how we get on with those. So above them we have our line
yellow tiger endler
/
metal black lace.
Metal black lace, one of our first crosses. It was actually our first cross, wasn't it? And this is the F2 generation. With the fry growing up, we're going to breed the females back to the male there, which is potentially the uncle or dad. Weird again, but we're going to do that to try and get them all looking the same. He's at the back. So yeah, this is one of our experimental, bit weird nano aquariums.
Weird but wonderful. Aquarium.
Onto our desk aquarium. This is our best of the best stack aquarium, which we're trying to breed this guy. He's just vanished. With his offspring, and back to him, and you can see absolute ton of babies. The females, we've removed the biggest females and we've put them outside in the stack and the pond. So these are females that are his young, and then there's another generation of babies just everywhere. So we'll probably take out these bigger females, put them in the stack and the pond, and breed him back to his possibly grandchildren, most likely children. I know it sounds weird, but hopefully they'll all end up looking like him, which is, there he is, there. He's just our favourite stack. So if we can get them all looking like that, that's the goal. Not necessarily his tail pattern, just his two big spots. That's what we're going for. Gav's gone at the side. If you're a wine drinker, you probably need a lot of that. So yep, that's our little office desk aquarium. Another, was it 125 litre I think it is, sweetheart? Is it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. It's doing quite well. The rabbit snails at the bottom seem to have perished. They were doing absolutely perfect until the explosion of fry, and then, I mean, I mentioned it in the video yesterday, if you haven't got enough food getting to the bottom with rabbit snails, realistically they need their own tank, with then being housed with other fish that don't let them get enough food. So I feel really guilty about this, but I think there's a few, yeah, there's like a baby there. That these are white spotted rabbit snails. These will be moved over to our standalone rabbit snail tank. Well, it's got shrimp in there, but yeah. Could have got you there. Okay, that's that one. Oh, and green jade shrimp, as I've just been reminded, but these are really not that much of a green jade shrimp. We were sold them as green jade shrimp. They're mostly thrown out wild types. Wild type. That looks more black than green, but it could be the lion. So these will be going over with our other shrimp in our Skittles tank and living out their lives there, popping out all sorts of colours and variations. Okay, coming over to our main 450 litre showcase. Can we call it a showcase? Pet fish tank aquarium. These are all our babies. Let's take a seat. So what we have in here, we have some Jantia barbs, the ones with the red fin that sticks out really high. There's 8 of those. We originally got 10, and we only got 10 because we assumed that some would perish during transport. Although when we got them, 8 of them made it, so if we go back in time, we'd probably only got 6, but they are stunning fish. They're also, what else are they called? They're called the Borneo Redfin Silver Shark, or the Burmese Redfin Silver Shark. It's more of their common name. We really like these. Excuse the water, it's quite dirty. This, I mean, it's down to this filter. It's just not a great filter. It's a dual aquarium, which is a German make, I believe. The quality of the tank is amazing. You can just feel and see the quality of the glass of the tank, of the stand. But the filter, I've had one of these before, and I ended up just ripping out the filter and putting in an external. And I'm probably gonna have to do the same with this one. But this is our favorite kind of tank, and this is the tank that we would have more of if it wasn't for the filter, because it just doesn't polish the water at all. As you can see, there's so much debris. So what else do we have in here? So we've got a couple of white clouds, and these are only put in here because we ordered long fin white clouds and they sent us short fin white clouds. We were going to put these out in the pond, but because they're short fin, we have just housed them in here in our cypriniid tank. We have some silver flying foxes. I think there's 4 of them. There was originally 5, but the other one seems to have vanished. We have some a single black ruby barb. That's the one I was looking for. Black ruby barb. We did have 5 or 6 of them a couple of years ago. We're down to 1. It's a nice nearite snail at the back. If anyone's wondering about nearite snails and having lids on your aquarium, yeah, you definitely need a lid on your aquarium, and I'll show you why. Because they climb, and they climb pretty fast. So this guy must have gone all the way from here, all the way up here. So yeah, we've found neorites in aquariums that we don't have lids on before a few times on the floor. So if you want neorite snails, I would recommend a lid. The tighter fitting the better. The better. What else do we have? So we have some, what we originally thought were mascara barbs. We've been told on YouTube recently by a YouTuber called Gavin Thomas Rodriguez that these are actually aspara barbs. He comes from India and catches these quite regularly, so I'm inclined to take his word for it, though my partner doesn't necessarily agree, because she feels that they are now developing the red sort of necklace line around them. Let us know what you think, if you think these are mascara barbs or aspara barbs. I know that there are a lot of barbs that look very, very similar to mascara barbs but aren't. Quite new species discovered. They're getting quite panicky today. So we've got some Denison barbs as well. I believe there's 6. They really don't like the camera. And we have a Siamese algae eater. This is our largest fish in the fishery, and this guy is just humongous. Look at his belly. He's always hungry, never stops. In fact, all these fish just forever. It doesn't matter how much you feed them. Do you want to feed them while I'm filming, sweetheart? And we have a rainbow shark. These used to be my favourite fish of all time back when I was younger. And there should be some melon barbs. Where's the melon? Oh, there's a female melon barb there. Oh, it's feeding time. Just never stop eating these guys. So yeah, we have a random glass catfish, just my daughter's from a couple of years ago. We've just stuck that in there with them.
Corridors.
And there's a random Corridorus somewhere, Panda Corridorus, and there is a
group of Pentasona bobs as well.
Oh yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah, there's some Pentasona bobs. They're normally up the back, I think.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
them.
Right up the back. They don't come out much. They are quite a dwarf bob. In hindsight, we probably shouldn't have put them in these guys with these other fish, but they're doing very well. There was 10 of them originally. There's still 10. They keep themselves to themselves at the back for obvious reasons. There's one down here. There we go. It's female.
Males there.
Yeah. Then we have a false flying fox. This is a Gara. I can't remember the name. Gara. Oh, I'm not even going to try.
Just a Gara species.
Yeah. And there's about 8 of them. We keep trying to order the true flying fox, but they keep sending us the false flying fox. And there's about 8 of them now.
Don't forget your other shark as well.
And there's a blacktail shark. We find the blacktail shark and the rainbow shark get on. Red-tail black shark and the rainbow shark get on quite well because of the space. If it was a smaller aquarium, these guys would not tolerate each other at all. But as it is, they get on pretty well. Leave each other alone. They don't nip each other's fins or anything, so that's cool. I think there's a sucking loach, and there's a golden sucking loach in there, but he seems to be
hiding right now.
Hiding. Yep. So that's our main aquarium, and all of these. Male Pentasona there. A lot deeper red than the females. Near right. I'd say these are more of a nano fish, the Pentasona barbs. I think ideally what we'd like to do is have a nano barb aquarium and one for the bigger fish. There are other barbs we want. We want some clown barbs, some Aurelius barbs, checkerboard barbs, lipstick barbs. Barbs are kind of our favourite. Straight fin barbs, but I think straight fins are going to be in like a nano. I don't think they'd cope with these. They're just too fast and too voracious when it comes to feeding. So many more barbs, just so little space. So that's it for this one. So coming over to our racking unit, this was previously a kind of a puke orange and blue colour, which you can see there. We suddenly had like a brain wave that we could actually paint that black, so we brought some metal plane. I don't know why we never thought of that before, but we didn't, and we just parked with that for ages everywhere. It was horrible. Anyway, so we've redone that, and so we'll come over to our how do I describe these? So finger out of the way.
Emerald green.
These were sold to us as emerald green endlers, and they kind of look like that one before, which is, yeah, you could say that's emerald green, but then they started popping out ones that were like, oh, it's not going to show it. Anyway, ones that didn't look like emerald green, but we seem to be getting some like this one. This is weird. This is like a mint green, if it will focus. It's like a mint green, and what we're going to do is cull out all these, put them in our coal tank. We're not going to kill them, and we're going to try and go for this, because we're getting about 3 or 4 that's starting to look like this. They're kind of a mint green, nice black. Try and get rid of all the red and go for this mint green look if we can. That's the plan anyway, because oh, there's one. I mean, that's clearly not green endler. So whoever sold us these, again, eBay, not great. They will sell you males that look the way you expect them to be, but then you get them, they pop out babies and they're just all sorts of messed up. So yeah, we're gonna try to community breed these to this standard. So we're getting a few of these mint green ones. These original green ones are coming out, and these speckly red ones. Yeah, so we're getting a lot of algae in here, but I kind of like it. It looks natural. This is one of the tanks we did recently. I like it. A lot of neorites in here to try and clean it up. How do you feel about this one, sweetheart? You happy with this one?
I like these ones, yeah.
Yeah, I know you originally liked when we got the green ones, but these ones specifically, these mint green ones, these are, without any of the red, these are ultra cool. We need to focus on them.
Okay.
Next over we have another experimental tank. This is a white Moscow male with a metal black lace female, though she's not looking very good recently. When we originally put her in here, she looked fine. She's getting all bent and stuff. We've decided to get rid of our metal black lace line because I'm guessing they're just so interbred, and we just had a lot of problems with them. But these actually turn out to be quite interesting. I'm not sure where the pink can come from because this is metal black lace and white Moscow, but these males, again, like a pink tinge to them. Starting to get some colour in the tail, and it's not really shown on the camera, but they actually have like a black tinge to them as well. So I'm thinking they're going to be kind of like a pinky black patchy guppy. It's going to be interesting. We'll do a separate video on how this turns out in about 6 weeks maybe. They'll be fully coloured up, but it's quite interesting. I mean, in the camera you can see the white Moscow, he has like a pinky tinge to them. So this could be quite interesting. There's a lot of rabbit snails in here as well. These are doing fine because it's not overdone with guppies, and there are quite a lot of red release shrimp, which we're moving to their own aquarium so we can get a high yield and the guppies aren't picking off the babies. But yeah, this should be interesting. I'm looking forward to doing a video on these, how this cross turns out. So as you can see, it's kind of interesting that they have pink, but their mum and dad have no pink. So we'll see how that turns out. And across from there we have our purebred Ginga rubra tank. Females are huge. They're absolutely going to pop all the time. And this is my partner's strain. She specifically wanted these. Being a great partner, I allowed it.
Just remember, I let you turn the house into a fish room.
But you would want the house as a fish room more than me. If I asked you to put a single fish tank in the bathroom, you'd say, why one? You'd go, get 10.
True.
So I have to hold myself back. But it is awesome to have a partner that's as infused about fish. So guys, if your partner's not that happy about your fish, get on a dating website. Get a new partner. I'm just joking. But seriously, it is awesome to have a partner that's as infused, if not more so, because I'm the one that has to say, well, I want to do this, and she's like, yeah, you can get as many tanks as you want, and I just have to think, oh, space. Can we do that? No. So yeah, this is this tank. It's looking good. And we're going to use these for several crosses between endlers and guppies and see how they turn out as well. We'll also keep this tank pure. We'll always keep these pure, and these breed really well. They're not interbred as much as the black lace. We're not getting any deformities so far, so all good. Callum, I want you to describe this tank to people on YouTube.
This tank?
This tank. Yeah, this
Oh,
one.
this tank?
Yeah, this tank.
Well,
How are you going to describe it?
well, there is like some red shrimp, and it is kind of light green, and so I don't know.
Yeah?
Yeah, and
Anything else?
there's also like little rocks along the line, and there's like stones there, and like there's like long plants right there. There's maybe like a little hideout in there, and so and there's more rocks, and I don't know what those things are at the very back, but I don't know what those are either because I've never been in one of these videos, so